changing rock. We need to let God and through His presence chip away things that don't belong to us. How many have ever done an analysis on yourself? I know there's jobs that put an analysis out to see your strengths. But if you analyze yourself in your spiritual walk and see if you're still dealing with the same issues that you were last year, and when I'm talking about issues are personal issues, if you're still dealing with certain weaknesses, maybe you're not being changed. Maybe you're not allowing God to chip away those things, and you're that rock. You could be that lava rock that is as hardened and has been in a certain stage, and you're not letting God chip away and make you that smooth stone that one day David took out of the brook and slayed Goliath. Amen?
Amen.
This metamorphic rock is an ever-changing rock. How many can testify and say that I've been through some storms? Yeah. I've been through some stuff in life. I know we all have a story, and I know we can all relate somehow where we've been disappointed before, and we put all our trust in God. We say, God, I read your word, and I pray, and I sing those songs, and I'm trying. But Lord, I need some assurance. I need some assurance. Well, how many know that God has trusted you to be the answer in whatever problem you're facing? God has trusted you to be the answer. Some of us have confronted certain things in our lives that we cannot shake off, and sometimes we feel like we could surpass it if we replace it with something else. And sometimes we try to distract ourselves from some issues, and we try to dig those issues, but then they keep coming up. They keep coming up. They keep rising up. We need to allow God to continue to change us and mold us and break those things off of us. Amen?
Amen.
As Jesus called out Peter, there's a word in the Greek, it's called Petros, which means stone. God is going to build not on a stone, but on a rock. God has formed us and made us unique. He has articulated us as stones and great leadership skills. But God is not going to build on a great spokesperson or personality. God is going to build His church, and there's a word in the Greek that's called ecclesia, which means us, the church, the rock. There's a Greek word also that's called Petra, which also means rock. In the classic Greek, Petra was used as a collection of stones. They used to collect all these stones together to form slabs of foundation or cliffs. And how many know that the coming together makes one stone even stronger? How many know that the coming together of the stones, you can really build foundation? Ecclesia will be built by the coming together of rocks that will make something bigger than one stone can be on its own. In fact, in 1 Peter chapter 2, we see in the Bible how Peter later on describes us as living stones. Look what it says on verse 4, 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. It says, coming to him as to a living stone, rejected indeed by men, but chosen by God and precious. You also, as living stones, are being built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ. Therefore, it is also contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect and precious, and he who believes on him will by no means put to shame. Verse 7 says, therefore, to you who believe, he is precious, but to those who are disobedient, the stone which the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. Verse 8 says, and a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense, they stumble, being disobedient to the word to which they also were appointed. But look what verse 9 says. This is awesome. It says, but you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, his own special people, that you may proclaim the praises of him who called you out of darkness into the marvelous light. And verse 10 says, who once were not a people, but are now the people of God, who had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Can someone say hallelujah?
Amen.
Isn't that awesome?